Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Literary Lord. As discussed and as planned, today we're going to be discussing another poetry from the class 9 syllabus called I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, written by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou, a great American poet. She suffered from really deep struggles in her earlier life, and as we all know, later on she gained some great achievements as well as a poet, as a writer, as a great thinker. She, being a black and a great thinker, she realized the atrocities, the discrimination and the racism which is here in this world. Unfortunately, everyone's suffering from that. Not just the racism of black and white, but racism from different communities. These barriers, of different religions, different country, different caste, different color, different creed, and so on. Countless number of barriers. Well, we're not talking about the barriers here. So Maya Angelou, she realized these things and she wrote on them. She even wrote on racism. And let me tell you one thing. Captivity is not just being behind the bars or being sentenced to life imprisonment and you're a captive. No, if you are not allowed to be what actually you are, then you are captivated. If you're not allowed to follow your passions, then you are captivated. If you're not allowed to dream freely, to have hope, to have confidence, and to stay happy just because you are you, then you are captivated. Maya Angelou wrote a lot of poems on freedom because she understood that this racism is also a sort of captivity for the so-called backward classes who are called as backward classes, who are degraded and humiliated for what they are. So she realized that, and she understood that this is a sort of captivity and everyone has got that right to be free. And now coming back to the poetry, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Obviously by the name we can understand it's a poem about a bird who sings inside the cage. It's such a sort of a, we could say, confusing thing that how a bird who is made to fly, a bird is only made to fly, its passion is to fly. We people, for our entertainment, for our temporary entertainment, for our temporary happiness, we catch these birds and put them in the cages, and they still sing. Why is that so? It's such a, it's stopped from pursuing its passion. It's stopped from flying and being free in the sky. It's stopped from that, but it's singing. Why that? Now Maya Angelou says that I know that why she sings, because she must have felt and has realized the sort of struggle of being a captive. Literally, not literally, but being a captive. So without wasting any more time, I would love to start the poetry line by line and just talk to you about that. So let's just move on. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, written by Maya Angelou. The free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. First of all, we are given a vivid description of a free bird. What she does is she flies. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind. It flies as if it's sitting and lying on the back of the wind and just moving around in the sky, and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. And it keeps on flying and flying with the currents, with the waves of the wind. And when the sun is coming down, the sky is orange at that time, and then too it's flying and it's coming down and flying. It's like it's being free in the sky, as if the sky is its home, it's its house, and obviously a bird dares to claim the sky, that this is my sky. We fight and we dare to say that this was my land. Just like that, a bird shows its right to fly in the sky and claims that this is my sky. It's just like that, right? And with this we complete the very first stanza. And then moving on towards the second one, we are given a vivid description of a bird which is caged. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. So he opens his throat to sing. See, the free birds, they fly in the sky, they claim the sky, they show their right to fly in the sky. But these birds who are captivated, look at them. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. But what about a bird which is captivated in a cage? It cannot do anything except looking at all those bars full of rage, full of sadness, full of disheartening moments, full of fire in the heart that, oh my God, I have got this ability to fly. I am made to fly. Flying is my passion, but I am caged in here. I am imprisoned in this cage. It does nothing but looks at these cages, tries to jump and not to come out because it knows that he cannot just come out, but it jumps and do certain sort of different stuff. It flips his wings but not able to fly because its feet are tied. So he opens up his throat to sing. So what he does is, he cannot fly. So what he does is he opens up his throat. You can stop me physically, but you cannot stop me mentally. You cannot stop my emotions. You can captivate someone, but you cannot stop their voices until and unless you kill them. Sort of a freedom sort of a feeling, So he opens his throat to sing. Coming on to his third stanza, the caged bird sings with fearful trill. Trill is a vibratory sound. The caged bird sings with fearful trill of the things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The caged bird sings. We hear that, oh, this bird, she's not able to fly. He's not able to fly. We have trapped it in a cage. You have captivated him, but still he is singing. Such a nice bird. You think that it's singing, but what it's singing? Do you ever have imagined it? Here the poet says, my Angelou, the caged bird sings with fearful trill. It sings with those fearful voice. It sings with that fearful voice. That vibratory sound is trying to show us that it's, oh my God. The caged bird sings with fearful trill. There is fear in his voice, and not just fear, but there is sort of a hesitation in its voice that it cannot show up his fuller emotions until unless it is freed to fly of the things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard. Although this bird is not allowed to fly freely in the sky, but his voice is not captivated, and his voice are so melodious but loud as well that they are heard far away on the hills as well. It's sort of a metaphor sort of a thing, that it's so strong, it's so full of emotions, even full of pain, that it can be heard even on that distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom, because for this caged bird, this sings for freedom. I want to be free. Stop. Just leave me from this cage. It sings for the freedom and not in merrymaking. And coming back to the free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees. and the fat worms waiting on the dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. Again, claiming the sky, this is my property, bro. Now, starting from the beginning, the free bird thinks of another breeze. Flying is not just the passion of a bird, but it is his profession as well. He does it every single day without fail, because it's something, it's inbuilt in its system, just like we walk, just like we talk, just like we eat the food and eat and excrete, and a lot of things what we humans do. Flying is a part of a bird's life. Not an occasional thing, but a regular one. So it flies, he flies and flies, and again thinks about another breeze, another season, flying in that season, flying with another breeze, another wave, another current, another stream of the wind. And what he thinks, and the trade winds soft through the sighing trees, and then the winds which move through the trees, and these trees make this sighing sort of voice, which is called deep audible breeze. It seems like these trees are breathing. See, look at the love for the nature, the sort of description of the nature. This also shows that the Angelou is also a great appreciator of the nature as well, because obviously the one who can write something about freedom, who can write something about, against the captivity, obviously there are the humans of nature, because nature is being free. Nature, that gives us vibe of being free. Coming back to the topic, that free bird thinks of another breeze and the trade winds, and he thinks about all of these beautiful voices made by the wind, slightly, beautifully, softly, swiftly touching these trees, making a sound as if the trees are breathing. In fact, these trees helps us in breathing. And the fat worms waiting on the dawn bright lawn, and these fat, fluffy, delicious worms waiting on the land right in the morning, so that these birds come and they eat them. So the free bird, they think about flying, they think about different sort of breezes, different seasons, and flying in those seasons with different currents, hot, warm, cold, freezing, all of that stuff. They think about the beautiful nature, the sort of music the nature produces. They think about eating worms from the ground, because this is what they do. And he names the sky his own. And then again, he names that sky that this is my property. He claims for that sky, because this is the place where it just flies and flies and flies. That's why it's mine. We live here, this is my property. I walk here, I run here, this is my property. We have got this right to walk here and all of that stuff. I'm like, yeah, just like we human beings, we show our right, and we own these lands. These birds, these are the creatures of the sky. They claim the sky. They say that this is my property. Flying is my right as well. So anything you can understand from it. With this, we have completed this stanza. Now coming on to the second last stanza, back to the caged bird. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare's scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tired, so he opens his throat to sing. More or less same with that second one. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. What you dream is your passion, and you always dream about your passion. A bird's passion, what it can be, obviously flying, being free in this beautiful blue sky. But a bird is stopped from being free. So the dreams, it has always been a dream to fly for every bird. Right from the moment they take birth, one day I'll be flying like my mother and my father. That dream has been snatched away from them. Now they know that they cannot ever fly or get out of this cage until and unless they are dead. So they know that this is just going to be a mere dream, and that dream too is now dying and almost dead. So the bird stands, the free bird flies and claims for the sky, but the caged bird, it stands where? On the grave of its dreams, because these dreams are dead. They have got no meaning because there is no hope in these dreams. The dreams, they do have hope. One day I'm gonna be a billionaire. One day I'm gonna travel that place. One day I'm gonna be this and that. But when you know that you have got no time, nothing's gonna happen, you are totally hopeless. What's that? The dream is dead because there is no hope. It's just a mere imagination. That's it. So the caged bird stands in the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. And this is a nightmare. A nightmare. You know, every single person, we all are suffering a lot of problems. We all are suffering from different sort of problems and struggles and lot many things. But why we are alive? Not because we eat food or drink water. That's secondary. We are alive because we have got some hope. Hope in God that one day things will be better. Today we are stuck in our houses because of COVID-19, but we have got this hope in God that one day things will be fine and we will be back to normal and even better than the normal. Today we are here suffering from very many things, but we have got this hope, and this hope is making us live. Obviously, just imagine if this hope is lost. It's a bloody nightmare. Oh my God, I don't even want to think about it. These birds, they are suffering from it. It's a nightmare. It screams. His shadow, maybe his soul, it screams, oh my God, I cannot fly. That's my passion. That's for what I am born. And I'm stopped from it. And I can never do it. I can never come out from this cage until and unless I die. You can never feel that fly in the sky, in that beautiful blue sky. His wings are clipped and his feet is tired. His wings are clipped, they're cut. I cannot fly. And his feet are tired. His feet are tired. He cannot fly. All he can do is just stay at that same place, look at all of those same things and just jump and jump and jump and do nothing. So, because he cannot fly, his wings are clipped. Because he cannot move and really fly, because his wings are clipped and his feet are tired. So what he does is, he opens his throat to sing. Sing what? Sing for freedom. Moving on towards the last stanza. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still. And his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Again, that same power. You know, he sings. We think he is singing, but a bird is actually lamenting and not singing. It seems to us that a bird is singing, but in fact a bird is lamenting for his dreams are dead. Lamenting for he knows that he can never ever pursue his passions in the future because he is captivated in this bloody cage, and he knows that he can never get out of this cage until and unless he dies. And after he dies, he will be thrown somewhere or be eaten by some sort of animal or be buried something, but can never ever fly. So with this, the poem ends. I know what the caged bird sings, written by my Angelou, is not just a poetry on a bird, but it's a message for all the people who somehow are captivated, not in the cages. It's a metaphor, but under some sort of pressure. Peer pressure, pressure of the society, what the people will say, or many sort of different sort of pressures, you know. They are just captivated. They are not able to show up their emotions. They're not able to be who they actually are. We need to let them be. We need to encourage them to be what you really are, to be what you are born for. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Hope this video would have been useful for you, and thank you really much, very much, for you are such a patient listener. And stay tuned for some more amazing work. And yes, obviously I'm working really hard on my Friday thoughts, so stay tuned and do watch them. They are really useful, I hope so. And yes, you can comment as well. Thank you so much, love you all, and keep on loving everyone, and be the part of this romantic revolution. And let's just spread positivity, and let's just spread love instead of hatred, instead of negativity. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, once again, and love you all. Bye bye.